have some levels for us to look out for, as the immediate short-term time frame is indicating a small upside. If the cards are played right, the upside can continue, but it is very conditional, as there are some important moving averages and resistances to combat first. Let's pop open those charts for a true edge. Welcome back to the channel on this Hump Day Wednesday. This is ARCa, and let's dive into ticker symbol GTII. Let's kill 'em, team. What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Let's go ahead and dive into ticker symbol GTII, and what we're observing here is actually the hourly chart, which is something that is pretty easy actually today to kind of determine what the possibilities could be. First of all, RSI hourly time frame pivoted towards the upside just beyond the gravitational zone. So outside of that immediate danger, right? You kind of have a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders on momentum. You can definitely do that too. Aside from that, you can see the key resistance using a linear regression band on the following hour candle, right up in here. That's going to be the market open, or actually it could be, where is it? Right around here, right? So yeah, that resistance level could be found at about, if we continue it to, if we really continue it down to here to around Thursday, this could be about here, right? Yeah, that's indicating a potential top side of about 2846, right? So if we have that 2846 top, that's actually the high of day today, right? So right over here, you can actually see that the high of day right in the H, it is set to 2840, right? So now another thing to kind of think about there is the fact that we have the EMA 200 on the 5-minute at 2863, right? So now that gives us a range. It's should be at about 2840 to about 2863 as the resistance range for tomorrow. Okay, now the general bias here would be for us to close upside of that mid band with an hourly candle minimum, right? So if we can close above this area here with an hourly candle, then our move would continue on to the upside to the next potential resistance, which could be set at around 31 cents, right in this chop zone here. Okay, but that is completely conditional, and that also means that we need to start closing some 5-minute candles. I would say a few of them, right? So there could be a breakout here, right? Then you come back and validate this SMA 200. In that process, you may actually get some drops down to the SMA 200, but then you actually would eventually need to close some clean closures above that EMA 200 for a continuation to the upside. Okay, as usually that tends to happen once you start reclaiming the top side of your SMA 50 on the 5-minute, right? So now I want you to notice here that we are actually claiming the upside of the SMA 200 on the 5-minute as well. Okay, so that could indicate for some upside pressure. Okay, so I want to say it again. It's completely conditional and not validated just yet, right? We need to wait for the closures before we can continue on to the upside. All right, team. So I want to go ahead and remind you that I have one more seat left in the ARC Masters trading course. This is going to be the last 17-week mentorship that I will ever teach. And yeah, so please go ahead and get in touch with me at arcmasterscourse@gmail.com. to try to claim that seat. Okay, and I think, well, actually it was I opened 30 availabilities, right? Available seats, and one more is open. All right, team. And I will say that the Discord is also something you want to join in on. I'm going to go ahead and add the link right at the top right of your screen here, and that will be the link that you can click on to join me for daily trades, some educational content, and actually the sharing of some of my personal scripts as well. Okay, team, so consider joining, and everything will be cool. Yeah, so let's go ahead and now take a look at some other time frames here just to see what we have in store, right? So yeah, we have an upside pivot here on the RSI hourly. We are making a bullish crossover on the 4-hour time frame, but I will say that the 4-hour time frame not only has the linear regression resistance right at around that 28 cent zone, but it also could be facing the resistance from this gravitational area here. Okay, yes, it is a good support that we're creating this out of this SMA 14 in the RSI. But remember, this RSI can actually continue to the downside here, and then price action can revert and find support from that SMA 14. So that may be something good. That paired with an upside pivot on stochastic momentum with critical expansion, that could lead to an upside continuation. Okay, no hopium, just what the charts are saying. Okay, directly what the charts are saying. We have to be reactive. We have to face conditions and absolutely wait for confirmations before a continuation to the upside. All right, team. So I think things are looking good here for the short term in GTII at least. So let's go ahead and observe the markets and continue on. Oh yeah, you know what? Somebody asked the question in YouTube. If GTII were to, let me see, what was that question? Let's see. I have it right up here. Somebody asked, I think it was if GTII could recover if we hit the 10-cent zone. Now, recover is kind of a, I would, I think it would be, it's really broad, right? The question is incredibly broad. I can't really tell what your, like recover to where though, right? Because the thing here is that we have several breaks of levels, right? There's never been too much of a consistent one area here. So if you're talking about recovering above the 4302 resistance that I spoke about, the breaking down of this 4302 was really the reason I gave that, price action would start to capitulate. So if you're talking about reclaiming that 4302 top, let's kind of measure that, right? So that would be a very, very conditional situation, right? As I would be looking for more of a short-term move from a 10-cent target, right? So let's just say that it were down here at around that 10 cents, right? And we were to reclaim the 43 or 4302, right? So that would mean that we would need to make a 320% upside move. Now, that isn't impossible because there has been setups that I've identified here of above 500%. It was very conditional. It was definitely a historic low in that setup. It was a 5-day volatility versus momentum back test, right? And it led to around a 550, 560% move to the upside. If we have something similar to that in that, when we reach those bottoms, maybe there could be a shot here at creating a topside here, because the thing here is that you have like kind of like a slide, right? This is the 10-cent zone here. This is resistance is really all the way up to around 20 cents, and then you have that 30-cent zone, right? So these are the critical resistances: 16, 20, and 30. So if you have that 16, 20, and 30, that's not too much in the way for price action to move to the upside on the volatile move. But the conditions and the criteria need to be just right. That's the thing. Okay, so I think the best thing would be to observe the situation when we get there. I know that's not really the answer that you want, and I know that you're trying to figure out your position as well, but I hope that I can at least put in some clarity there. Just know for a fact that this move would have to be an over 300% move from that bottom side. Okay, so that wouldn't be a one-day thing. It would actually be maybe a couple to multiple week move to the upside. Of course, it's gonna vary. It's gonna zigzag up and down and up and down and up and down till it gets to that point. But like I said, it would be very conditional. So I think the best thing would do for now is to observe as much as we can together and make conscious decisions over our investments. Okay, I think this is a pretty good place to leave off, team. I hope I answered that question correctly and with purpose. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Never, ever, and forever. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good rest of your night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios, team.